Hey guys, Zach with Airsoft Tactical here, and today we're going to be looking at the KRYTAC PDW. Now, KRYTAC is quickly becoming one of my personal favorite brands of airsoft guns. They've already come out with the CRB and the SPR, as well as the LMG. I have the CRB personally. KRYTAC came out with a dedicated close quarters airsoft gun. So it's got the wired stock, it adjusts in. It only has those two adjustment settings, and this is where your battery goes. You're going to need a small, about 1,000 mAh LiPo, either in the 7.4 or the 11.1, to go in the back stock area. But for you indoor guys, this is perfect. The CRB shoots about 360 to 370 FPS stock, so the PDW really fills the niche of your indoor airsoft guns. Shoots about 340 feet per second stock, which is right below the minimum for most indoor fields. So the PDW, so this is almost like a pistol. So you've got your really cute, cool key mod rail. So it's about 6 inches long or so. As with all other KRYTAC guns, this gun comes LiPo ready. Now, I am all about my life. I am about that life. The KWA I used to have, thank you, KRYTAC. I used 11.1 on it, and I ran it into the ground. And these guns come with a MOSFET, and this isn't some kind of lazy-daisical silly MOSFET. This is actually a decent MOSFET for a stock airsoft gun. It's a good MOSFET. The really cool thing about these guns over, say, your VFC or your GMP guns is that it has a quick change spring option. So you get something like this. You don't have to disassemble the whole mech box. You just gotta take the gearbox out of the gun and use the quick change spring function, and you can put a higher grade, lower grade spring in it, whatever you want to do. These KRYTAC guns come stock with a high torque motor, as well as a very good piston.
If you like good pistons, which some people don't.
In my country, we don't have such things as this. The KRYTAC has a radial style hop-up stock, and as with the other KRYTACs, it does have the really cool. It's got the numbers on it, so you can keep track of the hop adjustment, and there is a distinctive click with all of the adjustments you put on the hop up. It has a 6.05 inner diameter barrel, so that's nothing really to write home about, but it's significantly better than stock. In combination with the hop up that they have, this is actually a really nice setup for a stock airsoft AEG. Now, something that KRYTAC does a good job at is that they made an effort to help adjust or have better AOE. AOE is an acronym for angle of engagement. This has to do with the sector gear when it picks up the piston. On most stock airsoft guns, the sector gear engages the piston prematurely, and this will wear either the gear or most of the time the piston down. You break off the first couple pickup teeth on the piston. What AOE does is that it makes it so when the sector gear picks up the piston, you have more teeth in contact pulling that piston back at the same time. So what this means at the bottom line is that you're going to have better piston longevity in a stock setup. Again, emphasize, because I can hear all you techs out there.
It's not perfect AOE. It's the hop-up is the type work, really.
Yes, I understand. There's room for improvement for all stock systems. But considering this is a stock from the factory airsoft gun, they actually did a good job, and they really did put forth the effort to put out a good, affordable, and relatively affordable at about $330 price range airsoft gun. Another cool thing about the KRYTACs is that they all have an amphibious selector switch. ambidextrous selector switch. Some of you guys out there can get that. It's got your ambidextrous selector switch. So if you are, coming around a corner and you need to change, semi and full and all that good stuff, the ambidextrous selector is there. Normally, for you guys who work on your guns or are looking to do your own tech work. Ambidextrous selector feature on most of these guns are really difficult when you're taking apart, especially when you're putting it back together. They made it really easy to put. I figured it out. That should tell you something that Zach figured out how to assemble stuff the right way. Speaking of ease of use, I've worked on a few gearboxes in my day, and this was almost a fun gun to work on. The anti-reversal latch is rigid, so you don't have to worry about that. You need that third arm to put the gearbox shell back together. The anti-reversal latch, it doesn't fight you, and with the quick change spring feature, you can just take the spring out. It makes the gun really easy to put back together. There's lubing ports in the gearbox shell. You can keep the gun well maintained in ways of lubrication without breaking down the whole gearbox shell. Another cool feature about the KRYTAC is that it has a self-shimming spur gear. Now, I hear you text, "Ah, self-shimming, boo!" Yes, I know. But what it does is that when you have a high rate of fire, it actually helps it to smooth out. If you're doing a high FPS setup, there's no substitute for having good, proper shimming, but the shimming stock is actually pretty good. Again, not the best. Listen to me, techs. There's not a single stock gun out there that is perfect stock. That's why we like messing with things to make them better. So, again, I'm not saying this gun is perfect. It's not the absolute best it can be stock, but it's very good for a stock gun. KRYTAC PDW, LiPo ready, little monster. If I played indoors, I would seriously consider this gun, but I already have KRYTAC. There's no such reason for me to do such things. This is my KRYTAC CRB. Now I've done a couple of modifications to it. And this is what I like about the KRYTAC. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I got rid of my KWA and I'm now running a KRYTAC because I believe that the KRYTAC is just a better gun all around. I really like what KRYTAC did to their gun as opposed to their KWA. I do not miss my KWA at all. Okay, so with the 120 spring and the Lone XA1, this is what you get out of the KRYTAC CRB. At 430 feet per second. If you didn't hear that, that was 430 feet per second with .2s. At, I don't know, 25, 30 rounds a second. This is probably one of my favorite Airsoft guns of all time. So, this is what I use personally, and if I like it, then, you know, it's maybe a halfway decent. Hey guys, if you liked the video, make sure you hit the like. If you dislike the video, go ahead and close the page and don't dislike it. Leave your comments below. Tell us if it was helpful, if it was unhelpful, if it was unclear. If you have more questions, post it in the comments below. Unless the video is upside down, then it's like that. Unless you're watching the video upside down, then it's still like that. If you're watching it sideways, then just the gyro is probably messed up in your phone. So you might want to have that looked at. Hopefully you bought it from a local place with a warranty. Okay, let me get back to work.